Hello, everyone. My name is Katie.
And I'm Kara.
And we are the Pursuit of Homestead. And we just want to jump down here, give you a little bit info about who we are and what we do. So to start off, we do have a website. It's called thepursuitofhomestead.com. And we have a really cool garden planner in the physical and also a PDF form. And this is going to kind of help you go through your entire garden season, and it can even start with just your goals for the year and how you're going to plan out your garden. So go to the website. These ones will be open for pre-order. The PDF is ready to go and purchase. So go ahead and take a look at that. We'll have some other videos later on going into more detail about this book. It's pretty chunky, so take a look at it. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll just start who we are and kind of like what got us on this journey.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I guess it started in 2020 with me. I was in nursing school. Kara was doing some digital marketing stuff online. Sorry, I don't know much about marketing.
Digital marketing stuff online.
Stuff.
Perfect.
She's doing
that
stuff.
covers it.
So we were at home a little bit more than normal, like most of you guys were, because of COVID. And I started watching YouTube videos, and Elliott Homestead popped up on my feed. And it was a video of her taking us through her larder and everything she had put up that year and how she was going to feed it to our family. And it really sparked a lot for me. I didn't know that that was even possible. I had no idea that you could take food that you grew, preserve it how you wanted it, and even have it on the shelf or in a cold room for longer than a couple weeks. Just not the world that we kind of were brought up into. And it definitely turned into a passion.
Yeah, you could say that. It definitely planted a seed in her. And I remember at that time I had never even considered the possibility that where we lived, that's just not how people live. And she just became not obsessed, but definitely more and more interested every day, watching all the homesteaders online. And
yeah, it became a little bit of an obsession. I started learning for years while I was finishing nursing school. The Lord prompted me to come out across the country. We're now in Tennessee, and I had to start an apartment while I started nursing, and I really didn't see how my dreams were going to come a reality. So that was really difficult, and I was yearning for it a lot and praying really hard. And then she followed me maybe like a year later.
A year later, yeah. But within that year, I was out here all the time. I mean, I would take months at a time to come spend with her because we're sisters, if we didn't say that. And we're very, very close. And
I was like, you want to come out?
Yeah. She was like, I'll fly you out right now if you stay for a month. I'm like, just book my ticket. I'm there. Like, I don't understand why are we even having this conversation? So I slowly but surely started falling in love with the idea of homesteading, obviously being around her and listening to all of her desires, and then watching how other people lived their lives, and then being in a place where it was more practical and more people were doing it.
You see it everywhere out here.
You see it everywhere, and
all over.
I think with the desire to eat healthy as well, it just ties into that so well. And so, yeah, I shortly after made the move out here myself, and she let me stay with her in her 1-bedroom apartment while she was nursing full time. And I just got a little barista job, which quickly turned into a marketing job for this coffee company. And I mean, one day I was just praying for God to make me a blessing and not a burden in her life, because I knew that having your sister live with you in your 1-bedroom apartment could feel a little tight. And
it was a little snug.
Yeah.
It was a little snug.
Yeah. And we were nearing the end of her lease, and we were like, oh, do we get a bigger apartment, or do we, rent a house somewhere nearby? And after I said that prayer, the next day she was like, I think I'm going to try and buy a house. And it was kind of one of those situations where it was like, is this even going to be possible?
It didn't feel possible, at all.
Yeah.
I ended up just reaching out to a realtor, and I was just like, is this something I could do? And he was like, well, get with a lender first and we'll go from there. And within a week I was in escrow. on this property, which this property has been a big blessing. It was definitely the best property we looked at. There's a lot of like little houses in this area with no garages, really no property, which were affordable. But this one, although needed a little bit of love, it was the best one we looked at, and it's a great property. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, we're on a little over an acre, and we're in a really big, beautiful, spacious neighborhood. So as two girls, we feel a little bit safer than being out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I think it was the only property that you looked at that the house actually felt like a house, and it didn't feel like an apartment on land. And so that was significant.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely was. And so we moved in, I think it was like March when we moved in, almost 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I hit the ground running. The first thing I put money into was 4 garden beds. I had an idea of where I wanted it. We had no fence, nothing. But I knew that I wanted to grow something. So I quickly found some cedar planks, put them together, found bulk soil, had no idea what type of weeds we had here in Tennessee. And they are atrocious. And they took over the garden very quickly. I had no idea what I was doing. So as we do some tours of the garden, you'll see a lot of progression and a lot of mistakes and a lot of stuff I have to redo. It's one thing to learn something, and it's a different thing to actually do it. And no matter how much you learn, how much work you put into learning, you are gonna make mistakes, but it's gonna make you a better gardener and homesteader for it. So embrace the mistakes. I am trying to. It's been hard.
Yeah, it's been really hard. So to put things into perspective, over this last almost 3 years, I guess 2 years and 10 months, we went from having 1 dog, 7 hens, and 4 garden beds to now having 3 dogs, 6 hens, 21 garden beds, 12 bunnies, and like 20 straw bales, decomposing straw bales that she planted she used as beds, I guess, last year.
You just get straw bales and you condition them and you can plant straight into them. It was successful. But now I have different plans for those. I won't plant in them again this year, but you'll see what I do with them.
Yeah. So she definitely took this Pursuit of Homestead like to the next level. And it was really intense, but I always told her, like, I will never stifle this dream of yours. I just don't know how much I can give, because her passion came from a different place than my growing passion. It was a lot more intense, and it was a lot more, I see a vision for my future. And for me, it's been like slowly but surely seeing the fruits of being sustainable and eating fruits and vegetables that you know what they've been through and what's been on them, as well as we have our parents 20 minutes away who has now made us completely sustainable in the meat department,
which has changed our lives.
It's totally changed our lives, and it's
not
like,
go to the store anymore.
Yeah, we can't get meat from the store anymore without having a little bit of aversion towards it. That with eggs as well. I think we feel the same.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think if it wasn't for the passion, it wouldn't. I mean, we were so career focused too in the last couple years, 3 years. I think if the passion wasn't there, I can see where this would burn you out really fast. Last year was probably the hardest year. I also deal with chronic pain. So there's some days where I just can't walk very well. And that has been also really challenging. And I think when I couldn't do something, she would step in and help out, even though she was like so focused on her career. And so that's been really great. But I think we'll touch about, homesteading and chronic pain a little bit throughout our channel also, because it's such a big part of my life. I hope it's not always a part of my life, but for right now it is. So that's kind of how we got here. I guess we can get into like the goals and kind of like what we want to do this year.
And I'll also say that pursuing this life of homesteading is very expensive in the beginning, and that's why we were so career focused. I mean, it just kind of felt like we had to pour ourselves into our careers because we're not married yet and we have to provide for ourselves. But I mean, that's why we created this website, The Pursuit of Homestead, and we want to provide really beautiful, practical products for people in the community to use, because we know that they're products that would have been helpful for us in these really hard times. Planning as we've been really busy, but it's just also a way that we can continue to pursue this life of homestead without being completely tied down to these really intense careers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So some goals that I have a lot of goals for 2026, and I don't know if they'll all get done, but I like to think big, and then if I have to push it off to the next year, I will.
Yeah.
So I'll go first. I think I have a couple more than Kara. She definitely has a couple.
I have a couple, but she is the brains and the passion behind the operation. So
I'm a dreamer.
She is.
I'm a dreamer.
It makes for a great business partner, to be honest.
Yeah, she's a doer. I guess I do too.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, a couple goals for mine would be weed management in my garden. I want to get that under control this year. I want to add quail to the property, and we are going to use those for a couple different things. One, little eggs. My oldest dog, she's 13. She's so cute. And she is allergic to chicken. So we can't give her our eggs from the chicken, but she doesn't seem to be as allergic to quail. So hoping that works out. We also want to sell hatching eggs. That'll be available on our website also eventually, featuring my Burrow and Hatch company that sells rabbits and quail eggs. And then I really want bees. I don't know if that'll happen this year. I'm not like fully set on it this year, but I do want to add some type of sustainable sugar to our property.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely a goal. And then more berries, raspberries, blackberries, more blueberries, things like that. And then also citrus. We do indoor citrus, as you can see right here. This is a lemon tree. I want to add more. We have this great sunroom that we can bring these in during the winter, and it's like actually blooming and fruiting right now, and it's chilly. So,
and we forgot to say, this reminded me when I was saying everything that she's added to the homestead in the last 3 years. There's 7 trees outside that she planted.
There's 8.
There's 8 trees outside that she planted.
Yeah, I'll have to show you guys it. My brother came and dug swales for us. It's like a permaculture way of doing fruit trees, and we'll see how it goes. That was just in the fall. I will say one thing that if I could do differently from the very beginning of starting a homestead, it would be 1, weed control, and 2, planting fruit trees immediately. I waited 3 years. I don't know why. I guess I didn't know where I was going to put them.
I think you were a little busy
with
the 21 garden beds.
Yeah, but I mean, I should have maybe held back on the 21 and done some fruit. But even if obviously we have goals for bigger properties and stuff like that, even though I love this one, maybe one day it's going to bless another family, and I love the idea of that. So that would be really cool. So those are a couple of my goals. Also preserving more food. I was a little tapped out last year when it came to preserving food, and I freeze dried a lot of stuff, which is great, but like in the moment of grabbing something off like the pantry, it's not always the best. So more tomatoes, more pickling, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, what about you?
Those are great goals.
Thank you.
Not too intense, but those seem manageable. I mean, I really only have a couple. I really want to build a butterfly sanctuary and plant some milkweed and get monarch butterfly eggs, and then bring them in and watch the whole hatching process, and just have more butterflies in the garden, and then obviously let them go. They're not going to live in a little cage, but just keep them safe. And
it's kind of like monarch butterfly preservation in a little bit.
Yeah. And so I'll probably do a video where I build their little hut and take you guys along, because I think that would be really interesting and just something that I think is a really beautiful experience to watch. And then another thing is, over the last couple years, because of how intense my career was, I've just been helpful in the establishment part of the homestead. So like helping with the heavy lifting.
She hauls a lot of dirt.
A lot of dirt, especially with her chronic pain. I just try and be helpful in that area.
So helpful.
And I really want to just immerse myself in the maintenance part of it. So everyday pruning or weed pulling or harvesting or whatever. I think that would, I just need to do that. I need to experience, because I feel like that's the goodness. That's the part of it.
It is. I mean, it's a lot of work, and
Yeah.
so having a couple more hands would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I help with the maintenance part of the animals.
Yeah.
But the garden is just, it's been a little intimidating for me personally, not knowing. So,
well, the immense weeds probably don't help.
yeah.
I mean, you go out there right now and you're just like, what is this?
Yeah.
And well, it's a garden that just has been neglected.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see our garden area transform into something that's just really beautiful, and everything that she's dreamed of and worked so hard for. And yeah, I'm hopeful that I can have the energy and the time to do that this year.
She will. Yeah. We'll give her a Red Bull.
I'll take coffee.
Yeah. So the last little thing, like what we grow out there has changed over the last couple years. When you get excited about growing for the first time, you want to try different things. So like ground cherries, cucamelons, like all these little things I've tried.
Okra. I tried okra, which because of where we are now, I was like, ooh, okra, but we do not like okra.
Not our thing. Beautiful plant.
Yeah, beautiful.
Productive, but no. So like we're just like trying to figure out what we like. And I think, I don't know about you, I've come to the conclusion that I like just the basics. Mm-hmm. I love just like a red tomato, or, a pickling cucumber that can also be slicing. So just like keeping it simple and producing a lot of that one thing. And I haven't like fully found all the varieties I like. I'm still kind of tweaking some of them. But we love like preserving. We love preserving in its truest form if possible. So like instead of canning a marinara sauce that's full of seasonings, we can, crush tomatoes and then we add to it when we bring it out. That's my favorite part of how to preserve. I think you would agree.
Yeah, we love cooking and baking bread. Yeah. And I think that having something in its purest form, you just have so much more potential to create something beautiful in the moment. And that's just really therapeutic and something that we love to do. And so it fits kind of our lifestyle a little bit better.
And then we also love our dogs. You might have heard them make a little bit of noise throughout this video, but we love them a lot.
Love them anyways.
We love them anyways. And we really take pride in their food and what we feed them. And so we only do like whole foods, and we do unkibble, which is like a freeze-dried type version. So no hard kibble. We feed them a lot from the garden, and then also from like the meat we preserve from like our parents' property and stuff like that. We also give them that. And so I really, this year, with having 21 beds, we have a couple to spare, and I really want to focus on food for them in a couple garden beds. So like cucumber, carrots, broccoli, green beans, stuff like that they just like go crazy for. And really like figuring out how to preserve food for them. Also a pumpkin. I would love to grow some pumpkin this year, which I don't like pumpkin. You like pumpkin pie?
I'm not a fanatic like how some people get, but I'll enjoy.
We have a cousin who really loves it.
Yeah. I'm not like, it's PSL season. Like, not at all. But yeah, I think preserving pumpkin puree for the dogs is a great idea.
Yeah, and I don't know if we'll can it. I kind of want to freeze dry some of it too. I like to freeze dry like eggs and put it on their food. And I think pumpkin would be a good freeze dry one because it'll last forever, and you just add water if you want to, or just put it as a powder. Just stuff like that. And then, I have one more thing I wanted to do.
What?
I really want to grow mushrooms. I have tried a couple times without success.
Yeah. And
I have an idea of how to do it. And so you might be seeing videos on that. I don't know yet, but I want to.
What's your idea?
Well, I want to get like some just like logs and like, make it like a little bed just out of like raw logs, put some compost and maybe some wood chips in a shaded area, put in the substrate or whatever you call, and then have like an irrigation system to it so it keeps moist. Hands off.
No, I was
Hands
just
off.
thinking, oh, you want to raw log it.
Raw log? What does that even mean?
It's a pun. You know, we can cut that out.
I've never heard that.
It's a pun.
Oh, you're gonna raw log it, are you?
I'll tell
Is
you.
that a sexual thing? Ew.
We might cut that out.
I think we shall.
Anyways, great idea. She has tried, I think, every year since we've been there, which is like annoying because she puts all this effort in, but then we see like these random mushrooms just growing by themselves that we can't eat. And it's like,
I just haven't done it the correct way. We have gotten some blocks of mushrooms and just grown them under our grow lights. Remember the pink oysters?
Oh yeah.
And that was super successful, but you get like two fruitings of it and then it's kind of done. So I would like something that's a little bit more productive throughout the years. We've tried shiitake mushroom logs and they're actually at my aunt's house, so I haven't been able to tend to them. So they have not fruited, and maybe it's too big of a log. Maybe we're still waiting for them to fruit. Maybe they haven't stayed wet enough. I'm not really sure, but I wouldn't mind trying that again. We have a big back property and we'll show you that's being unutilized right now. And so I really want to utilize it.
Didn't you want to start giving your dogs some sort of mushroom?
Yeah, I wanted to start giving my dogs turkey tail, I think is what it is, like a powder. I'll have to see if we can grow turkey tail because that'd actually be super convenient to freeze dry it and then, grind it up. It's supposed to help with their immune system. And I haven't done a ton of research. I feel like I saw some posts talking about it and how it helps them. Like if they're eating a lot of grass, it could be a sign that their immune system is under attack. I have no idea. I have to research it, but I wouldn't mind adding it to their diet.
Yeah. So it should be a really amazing 2026 garden homesteading year for us. We are not slowing down anytime soon. That's why we started this company. That's why we're starting this YouTube, is we've just kind of made up our mind that this is the life that we want to live and we want to become more and more sustainable. I would say right now we're sustainable when it comes to meat and garlic and onion and eggs. Those are the 4 things, but everything else, is seasonal. We obviously still go to the grocery store. So just increasing that percentage every year when it comes to our health, our dog's health, our animals' health in general, is the goal. And
I think it's okay to do like a little bit of everything, like I love Costco. I really love Costco.
Yeah, she does.
Do you think I'm going to give that up? No, I'm not. I'm going to keep going to Costco, but I will try to do as much here as I can.
There's just things, we're banana fiends in this household and we can't grow bananas here unless you know of a way. Please DM us immediately.
I'm going to have to do a video. My dog Archie, when you just crack a banana open, he's immediately at your feet. He loves bananas.
Yeah, I've seen him eat a banana like a noodle.
Yeah, he's so talented.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that is about it for our video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are excited to watch us grow and maybe we can all grow together. So come back and we'll be posting some more videos soon. Have a good one.
Bye.